Welcome to UI5con in Eindhoven.
So welcome everyone to UI5con.
How do you enjoy the UI5con?
Oh, it's great. Having all the guys here with the newest stuff on UI5. Great explanations, great insights, different views.
It's lunchtime, so we have a little break. Hoe is het tot nu toe?
Ja, leuk man. Het is een familiefeestje. Doen we het in het Nederlands of in het Engels trouwens?
Dat is een goeie. We zouden eigenlijk het Engels doen, hè?
UI5con is Engels, hè?
Ja. Oké.
It's a very nice day. Learned a lot from the past presentations already. I think there's something for everyone here. It is really awesome.
I'm here at UI5con and I've given my session on functional programming. One of the awesome things about UI5, one of the many awesome things, is that it's based on JavaScript. And JavaScript allows us to think differently about programming, you know, imperative style, object-oriented style, but also functional style. Functional programming is a little bit different from a mindset point of view, but it means that you can build code that's more stable, build code that's actually smaller, a smaller surface area for fewer bugs to actually exist, programming in a solid state type of fashion, so more declarative, a little bit like XML views in UI5. It's a completely different way of addressing regular stuff. So rather than tell how you want to get something, you just say what you want and let the infrastructure of the language take care of that for you. Since I've started, a whole raft of code errors have fallen away. It's amazing.
That's a wrap. The UI5 conference in Eindhoven has finished. It was a successful day.
We had lovely sponsors
Thank you for that.
that paid for the entire day. That made the UI5con completely free of charge for everyone that attended. That was awesome, I think.
So,
and we had beautiful speakers delivering beautiful content.
What I also enjoyed is that a lot of speakers did live coding on stage.
Yeah,
Being a real hero on stage,
Yep.
live coding.
battling with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's
As always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was an awesome day. I mean, it's the first UI5 conference in the Netherlands, which is it's fantastic. I mean, I didn't expect really to have 70 participants in the office here.
Let's evaluate the day with the sessions that have been on the agenda.
Yeah, we had the UI5 lab presentation by Margot. That was about a bit of flashback on where we came from an UI5 framework that was developed for a very specific customer, all the way to UI5 getting open sourced, the Slack community, and actually building the entire community around it. But she also gave us a very nice outlook on what's going to happen in the future on topics of UI5 and user experience. SAP is playing with the idea of maybe even removing jQuery and looking at frameworks like React to replace it. And I think UI5 could still use a little bit of extra power under the bonnet. Then we had the next one by DJ.
Another very enthusiastic speaker, very
Yeah.
enthusiastic talk.
He shared his passion on functional programming.
Yes.
Functional
it's just
programming.
Hands, legs,
just-
arms, face.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing how he's just coding live without any notes and just typing his code directly, and it's all working right. And he's even showing the topic and making jokes in between it. It's amazing how he delivered the presentation.
DJ is different, one of a kind.
Yeah.
Definitely a rock star. It was more about programming what you want instead of how you want it. That's something that I've taken away from that. What's
Building
next?
an offline UI5 application. Very interesting story. Nice lessons learned from Ted and Mr. Jan himself.
Thank you.
Yeah, really nice to see something more practical instead of theoretical.
Yeah,
And
trying to bring the customer story and our experiences there.
Yeah.
The customer
See how
was in the
framework
audience.
holds. Yeah, the customer was in the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah, it's really nice to have the customer here, right?
Yeah.
Struggling with the Windows platform and in the end ending up on iOS.
From Waldorf,
Yeah,
Stefan Heine.
He's in the UI5 Fiori Launchpad team.
Yeah, Fiori Launchpad. And I actually saw the blog post coming online a few weeks ago, and it was very nice to see also live again to see the credible increase in performance.
Robert talked about the Fiori design principles, to take that into account if you create your own applications, and also about building a prototype with the SB build tool.
Robert Eipe, in his talk, he mentioned the 10 golden rules of designing a prototype.
Then we have continuous integration topic by Oliver.
Oliver Rogers. He was living on the edge.
Absolutely.
Because he was trying to do some live coding and had a real bad connection on his laptop.
Yeah, he didn't bring slides. That is totally appreciated again. Live coding.
Using web stores indeed instead of web IDE, right?
WebStorm, yeah, which is quite popular with
It
JavaScript
is,
developers and gaining popularity in the Open UI5 community.
Then Marcel Smits on the S4HANA Fiori architecture with customer stories to explain what is going to change if you are now using the SB GUI and you go to S4HANA, then you go to Fiori. Okay.
Looking at the audience, more people were very interested in
I think so too.
in that
yeah,
story.
definitely.
Yeah.
Then we have Kyle, did 3 topics into one. He talked about microservices, he talked about test-driven development, and he talked about functional programming. And the last session that we had today,
Yeah, it was Vladimir.
Vladimir's
Vladimir telling about the ECMAScript, different versions coming up, the current version, 2017 version, the next version, and actually explaining by pieces of code what the differences are between the versions, and also when it comes to browser support, right?
he had a very nice way of presenting it as well, by the way. No slides.
just an application.
Yeah, exactly. A UI5 application to do his presentation. Awesome.
I think that's the best word to conclude today's
Awesome.
UI5 conference.
Awesomeness.
Awesome. Okay. See you tomorrow.